How do you decide? What are you looking for when when you assess these variations?
Well, there's a lot of morphological things. I mean, plants have real distinctive colors and the colors of the stems, and how they're they're pinnate or bipinnate. I don't know if that's is the right description for marijuana, but colors, shades of things. My friend Rob Clark, his doctorate really talks about the fact that the trichomes are on a little stalk, and at the base is a group of cells that go from 2 to 24 cells. And 2 is like hemp. And 24 cells probably doesn't even exist anymore. It might just be extinct. But I would think that some of my marijuana it might get up to 22 cells underneath there.
What's in those cells?
That's just all the incredible molecules that really get you high. It's like most of the THC, all the component parts that really actually get you high. The flavors up there in the ball, and the stalk's got something in it. But the actual psychoactive qualities, the psychedelic qualities, are down there in that base cell, depending on how many divisions it has. I've talked to enough botanists, molecular botanists about it, and it seems like nobody knows the figures exactly, but to find a male to breed with a superior type of marijuana that you have already, it's like 1 in 10,000 seeds that have those magic molecules in them. So it's just so much work and looking. And if it's like 1 out of every 10,000 males that come along that will actually pass those genetics along, it's an amazing crapshoot to just try to start do it. The only reason that I've got this going in 50 years, I've had 3 magic males in 50 years.
How do you identify them?
For the most part, you don't. You think they might be, and then you grow a crop, and it isn't. And it's nice pot, but it's not the magic stuff. And so that's another year gone. Like I tell everybody, a seed is a year of your life. You can't be taking this stuff lightly because it's how many years do you have? What, 50? You got 50 seeds in you, So it really is the Holy Grail is in the male, and the Holy Grail is in that magic one that those genes just popped up in that one from some ancient place, and they're available for that one plant.
So when you find that magic male, can you keep it alive? Can it produce more than one generation of seeds?
I've kept some pollen, but I don't think it's any good because it's from so long ago. But what you can do is you keep those plants alive that you made from the magic male, and make seeds, because the seeds are going to be better and they're going to be closer to that. And so I've got shitloads of seeds. I mean, I've got just tons of seeds going back to the mid 70s. And a lot of them still, I mean, like out of, if you, I started some indicas from 1978 last year. And out of 30 seeds that I started, I ended up getting 3 to sprout. And of those, 2 grew, and out of those, 1 was a female. And but it lives, and when you get those things going, you keep them alive. So I have a little room that's just got a couple of lights in there, and right now it's all the little fluorescence, the T5 fluorescence, and I have about 40 different varieties in there, and they span like everything that I've ever done. And so now we're trying to get them on Agar, and that's an expensive process, but
Like lab
Lab agar, yeah,
culture medium?
yeah.
Why that?
Well, because then it's preserved. All your genetics are preserved, and when they put your genetics on agar, they're looking at it so microscopically that in plant material that you would put on agar before it actually ever gets to the agar, they look at it and they realize that there's bacterias and molds and all kinds of impurities that are just inherently embedded inside the plant itself that they can all remove and take care of. So they can take it down to just the pure genetics of that particular plant, and then they put it on the agar. And then if we ever get Hagalicious to the point where we actually go into production, those same companies then can take those agars and make uniform plants of the genetics. And
so you're preserving the genetic material outside the seed? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. And that means that my genetics are protected for me to do whatever I want with them. Nobody ideally can steal them, but, it's such a Wild West thing. How do you spend enough money on lawyers to stop somebody? But in principle, you're the person with these genetics. I mean, that's the other sweet part about marijuana, There's a lot of great people out there, but they're not even as old as I've been growing marijuana. And they're incredible. And there's so many things about growing a shitload of marijuana and doing it well that I don't have the slightest clue about. But none of that has anything to do with the magic molecule,